I have a question. What does a guy get from a woman that he couldn't get from a cook, a cleaner, and a hooker?
Fuck all.
Probably. No. You're right. Probably if it's just the woman with relationship, definitely it would be loyalty and the stability of that woman. Your cook could leave. She might say, she needs all of those people. There's no, it would be the stability and the loyalty. Definitely. Right, I'm not saying that's not wrong. But.
Right. And that goes back to like why it's better to date girls with lower body counts because they're more loyal.
Yeah, but I don't know about all of that.
So if a girl's a virgin on her wedding night, she has an 80% chance of a happy marriage. If she sleeps with more than 5 people, it drops down to 30%.
I'll keep it real since you don't want to. Most guys, I'll be honest, are fat losers and don't have leadership qualities. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. And most women, quite frankly, are terrible. They're whores, fat, rude, crass, whatever it may be. And most of them don't qualify for a relationship, and most guys don't qualify to be the leader of said relationships. I think it goes on both parts, okay? The men are weak, and the women, there's a bunch of issues there.
I'll tell you a story I've never told before. I was staying around my friend's house. We've been playing Nintendo. We're about to go to bed. My friend was called Ryan, I remember, and Ryan started screaming at his mom, Mom, nightlight. So she puts on this nightlight. It was a Thomas the Tank Engine nightlight. I'd never seen a nightlight in my life. I saw it get plugged in, and I was like, wow, a nightlight, that's a thing. I was like, why? What's that? He goes, it's a nightlight because I'm scared of the dark. I must have only been about 5. I was like, all right, cool. I remember going home to my dad and saying, hey, Dad, can I have a nightlight? He's like, no. He's like, but I'm scared of the dark. And I remember he was playing chess. When I said I was scared of the dark, he looked at me. It was nighttime. He took my ass up to my bedroom, locked me in the bedroom in the dark, said, there's monsters in there, son. Good luck. See you tomorrow. And I screamed and cried. And I'd never been scared of the dark before. I'd never been scared of the dark. But my friend had a nightlight. Now I want a nightlight. Now I'm scared of the dark. I screamed and cried all night. I must have screamed and cried for an hour and a half before I eventually fell asleep. Guess what? I never asked for a nightlight again. I never complained again. And guess what? I stopped being scared of the dark within a day. So he instantly cured me of my bullshit. I could have been scared of the dark for years, like every other fucking toddler. But I was just like, oh, well, you face your fear, get over it. I cried my eyes out and realized, oh shit, I'm not gonna die, it is what it is. So that's how he was as a person. And I think that's the best way to teach children. I cannot wait to have sons to do exactly that. I cannot wait for my son to come and say he's scared of the dark. Boy, you're going to the dark right now. There's monsters in there. Remember that movie you watched? Yeah, the goblins, the orcs, they're in there, son. Can you punch? Can you fight? No, Dad, can you fight? Ching. That's how it is. But that's going to make him the best version of himself. Women have the gatekeeping. So if you get Joe Schmo and he treats you like you're his queen and treats you perfect, good. If you get a fucking guy at the absolute upper echelons of value and you still aren't happy with what he's giving you, then leave. Women are the gatekeepers. You women actually have all of the power. This is what's beautiful about the whole thing. Yeah. Women are constantly complaining. You have all the power. You're the ones who get to choose. Do you know who you should be mad at for all this shit? I'll tell you who you should be mad at. Do you know who threw away all the female power in the sexual marketplace? Promiscuous females. Because now you got chicks who will bang anybody without trying. Tax affairs are fully in order in Romania because I pay 3%. But when I lived in England, I refused to pay tax. It was 40%. So they started sending me letters and threatening me. You know what most people would do? Reply to the letter, get a clever accountant. Guess what I did? Ignore the letters. Ignore. Then they start sending people around to my house. Where's Andrew? Oh, he's not here. Ignore. There becomes a point where there's a cost-benefit analysis where they sit down and go, we don't know where this guy is. We don't even know how much money he has. We don't know if he's going to pay. He might have left the country. This is a waste of our time. And they give up because everyone's a coward and fills in the form. I don't fill in form. You want my money? Come get it. The IRS cannot enforce you to pay your taxes. There are not enough enforcers. Everything is based on complicity. If you refuse to comply permanently, you will be amazed how far you can get as an individual.
Work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you get nada. You get nothing. You gotta work hard. Work hard. You work hard, you get what you gotta get. You don't work hard, you don't get nothing. You don't get nothing. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Zero. Nothing. Keep working.
I was not the biggest, the strongest, or fastest, but my goals were clear. My actions were and still are in service of those goals.
What wakes you up? What drives you? Why are you playing this game?
Dr. Miles Monroe compares leaders to the king of the jungle, he says. He says the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. The lion is not the largest animal in the jungle. The lion is not the smartest nor the most intelligent animal in the jungle. And yet when the lion shows up, he is king. He is king. You don't need to be intelligent. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to have a certain height. You don't need to have a certain weight. You don't need to have any kind of advantage, and yet you can be a leader.
Give me like 2 ways that somebody, like just actionable things that they can do right now after watching this podcast. How can they focus on their health, get their wealth in check?
Let's talk about health right now. Everybody needs to stop drinking tap water. Tap water is poisonous. Tap water is poisonous. Purified water, poisonous. It's literally just glorified tap water that they roll up Dasani and all this garbage ass water. Don't drink it. Your entire body, most of your body, is composed of water. Why would you not be giving yourself the best source of water to nurture yourself, right? What type of water do we drink? Spring water, bottled if you can, ideally in glass. And then if not, you can utilize a reverse osmosis machine and a carbon filtration system to clean out your tap water and your showering water as well, which is extremely important. A little bit more challenging.
You still absorb it when you shower.
Still absorb it because you're absorbing it through your skin, which is the biggest organ in your body. Most people don't know that. The second thing for health is what you consume, right? Everything that you input is energy. Your relationship with food should not be a relationship based off of emotion. Your relationship with food should be a relationship based off of reason. And reason of what? The reason for eating, right? The reason you eat is to take care of yourself, to energize yourself, to rejuvenate yourself, to keep the operating system working at max capacity. Making sure that the food that you consume is designed to not sabotage your day. I'll give you an example. We have life and it's divided, your day's divided into 2 cycles, day and night, right? So in the daytime, right, you have cycle 1. At nighttime, you have cycle 2. What you need to do is to make sure that you are preparing yourself for the next cycle, that everything that you eat and you do is setting you up to win in the next cycle. What do I mean? If you eat a cheeseburger at 2 a.m, you are setting yourself up for failure for the next cycle when you wake up, right? So the food that you consume, the habits that you input, right? They're all going to be based off of making sure that you're setting yourself up to win in the next cycle. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Because people are they're like, dude, how can I move up in life? I don't know how to figure it out. But you keep self-sabotaging yourself. Mm-hmm. Every cycle, you keep fucking it up.
Like tire shoes, maybe you can walk.
It's about logic, right? And you don't have to view foods with emotion. I know it's a difficult concept. I know it's not easy, guys. Again, it's not supposed to be easy, but it's the truth, right? And people are easy to be like, oh, well, that's crazy. That's too difficult. Everything is difficult at first. Everything is hard to do in the beginning, but you have to get used to it, and you have to develop those habits and those patterns.
That's the first thing about money. Money amplifies. Men can make money. Money does not make men. If you're a dork and you get rich, you're a rich dork. If you're a G and you get rich, you're a top G. Right? So that's the first thing about money.
How dare you?